Hey guys, what's going on? It's Evan again, back here with another video. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about every single thing I know about diabetes medications. Guys, if you're tuning in live, give me a hashtag live down below. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me make sure we got the camera set, sound. Guys, comment down below you can hear me. I'm just going to double check the computer. We're going to dive into it. Here's what we got. We got a lot to go over. So guys, hang on one second. Let me get you the computer. Be right back, and we'll dive into it. All right. All right, guys. We look good. Guys, as you're coming in, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd like to know who we're impacting. We've had people on here live from countries in Africa. We've got people alive here from Europe, from Australia, New Zealand. We've had Canada, United States, South America. So we're impacting a lot of people. I'd like to know where my message is going. So let me know down below where you're tuning in from. And guys, without further ado, my number one tip before we start is on this page right here, my Evan Paramedic page. As you can see, guys, I am all for you here. All I do is post content about EMS medicine, and I take everything that I've learned, that I've experienced, and I'm giving it to you. Now, this page, you should be checking this page every day. I am putting tips, I go live, so there's a ton of information here. Go up and down the page, make sure you download all the PDFs, make sure you check in the lives, and let's dive into diabetes. Here we go. So guys, in today's live, what we're going to talk about is going to be diabetes as a whole, what we can do in EMS, what the meds are, and what happens. So the first thing that I want to talk about when we talk about diabetes medications is this, okay? When we talk about diabetes medications, there's so many new medications coming out. There's so many new ones. So remember I gave you a quick tip? Now I told you guys I don't watch TV, right? I get all my information basically from the computer. I don't watch TV. The TV over there, but it has a PS4 that I don't really play very often, but I have it. But the TV has no cable, okay? The reason for that is I don't watch a lot of TV. Before, years ago, when I used to watch TV, okay? What I used to do was I would watch all the commercials, and I would find out all these medicines. You probably saw I'm just going to name a few, Invokana, Jardiance, Farxiga. Every time I go visit my parents, and then they have a TV set up there, every single time I watch the commercials, I find out about new drugs. So guys, if you do watch TV, it's something that you do, or you get these med ads, watch them. They explain everything about the med right in the commercial, and they even should tell you who it's for. So that's how I used to pick up on a lot of these meds. Not the only way, but one of the ways, okay? Now, that's tip number one. Guys, I am tuning in. If you have any questions about diabetes or diabetic emergencies, let me know, guys. Just comment down below, okay? Give me some likes, give me some hearts. Guys, the more people that see this, the more impact we can have. So, guys, give me some likes, give me some hearts. If you're watching on YouTube, comment down below where you're tuning in from, okay? Now, guys, let's talk about the first step. So like diabetes patients, okay? So how are we gonna see the patient? Where are they gonna be? Now, diabetic emergencies, the first thing you think of is low blood sugar, high blood sugar. Yes, okay? You're not wrong. But I just want you to know one thing before we start. Diabetic patients are some of the sneakiest patients out there, okay? Because diabetic patients, they don't feel pain. They don't feel if I'm not diabetic, like I may, right? So diabetic patients can present sneaky, okay? They can present with weakness. They can present, oh, I'm just weak, okay? So you want to be careful with diabetic patients, okay? Now, okay, we're good? Sorry guys, I had a phone call come in. No worries, we're back. So guys, going back to where we are, make sure we're caught up. I think we're good. Perfect. All right. So the biggest thing about the numbers with diabetes. Let's just go over that real quick. Okay. So there's many numbers that you'll have inside the textbook, but the main number I look at is 70. So if I have somebody with a blood glucose level of under 70, that's when I'm going to say, okay, it's low. Okay. In my experience, when they're in that 60 range, some people can kind of act normal. Once they dip under 60, that's when you kind of get in trouble. Okay, that's when I've seen the altered mental status. That's where I've seen that patient act. All right, they're going to have altered mental status for sure. Now, what about hyper? What if they're too? What is too much? Now, if you don't know this and you're new to EMS, I want to share something with you, okay? I'm going to get my little cap here. So, the first thing here is going to be, so hyper, well, in my mind, if I walk up to you, right, and let's say your blood sugar was 200, I'm going to say, it's a little high. I'm not going to freak out. Once you start getting up to 3s, 4, 500, that's when we're having a real emergency. See, the thing is, guys, the body is supposed to regulate this. So, like, can I give you an example? So, let's say you were to eat a large piece of cake. Your blood sugar is not going to go to the moon and stay there. The body is going to take it in. The body's going to, right? So, it's not like you go eat cake and boom, you're high. Right? Okay? Right? That's not how it works, okay? So, the body in non-diabetic patients, it regulates itself. But it doesn't when you have diabetes. So, hyper, guys, it's all about symptoms. So, when we talk about anything in medicine, how are we going to treat people with symptoms? Now, here's a pearl. What do you do? What do you do with somebody that is awake? They're talking to you. They're awake, they're walking, they're talking to you, but they're altered and they're at 60. Do you give them oral glucose? No. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Now, that's what the textbooks will tell you, right? Now, what I can tell you is a story. Now, this is off. Don't do this at work. I'm just giving you a person-to-person thing. When I was 19 years old, I worked as a server in like a nursing home, and I was in EMT school at the time. And I was serving patients there in the dining hall. And a lot of these patients were, it's a nursing home, right? So there was this one woman there that always had a diabetic emergency all the time. Every time we were there. And she would get a little altered, but she was alert, she was awake, and we would just tell her, hey, drink some orange juice. And she would be like around 60, drink some orange juice, she'd get better. I'm not telling you to do that. But what I am telling you is, if you are somewhere, we put a bunch of sugar packets in the orange juice. What we did. I'm not telling you to do that in the field. What I'm telling you is, sometimes when shit hits the fan in life, you gotta do something. Okay? There have been stories of people putting cake frosting on a glove and putting it in their gums. I mean, I'm just telling you, if you're out somewhere and something crazy happens, you gotta do what you gotta do. The membranes in here work. I'm not telling you to do this on the job. I'm just telling you as a human. Okay? And I always tell you these things. If it's off the cuff, I'll let you know. It's all off the cuff, all right? So in real life, if someone on the ambulance, someone's altered, because we have our equipment with us, if someone is altered, they're not going to get oral glucose because they could fucking choke on it. Obviously, we know that, okay? So what we want to look at here, guys, is we want to look at, what do we do then? Well, we got to start with an IV, or we can give them a shot, okay? So my recommendation to you is, if I was running an EMS service, to be honest with you, I see no need to even having D50, in my opinion. Okay? D50, I don't see the point of it. I don't. I like D10 because I can titrate it and run it in. Because you don't want just someone who's real low, you want to blast them up to 500. And that's what D50 does. So I would rather, titrate to my effect and just drip it in. I have control over where they're at based on my drip. I'd rather do D10, okay? It's my opinion. It doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is we have to get their blood sugar up. Doesn't matter what you use. I just personally prefer to use D10. I like it better. Now, glucagon is a gem. So glucagon, what does it do? So glucagon is a drug we can give in the muscle, okay? Now again, where are the main two muscles where injections go, if you're wondering? Right here on the side of your thigh, huge muscle here, then right here on our arm, huge muscle here, okay? Now the other place could be your butt, yeah, but we don't really do that in the ambulance, kind of weird, okay? So we go here and we go here, okay? That's how it works. Now, when we talk about glucagon, how does it work? This is so damn cool. So the way glucagon works, guys, you know the liver? By the way, where's the liver? Where's the liver? Here, here, here. Right here. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if you're looking at me the right way, but on my body, this is my right arm. Okay? It's on my right side. It's over here. Okay? Now, the liver, what it does, it's so cool. What it does is it stores extra, essentially, I want to keep it simple for the EMTs watching here, okay? Essentially what the liver does, this is not academically 100% correct, but I'm going to just lay this out to you to simplify for my new EMTs. The liver is going to store some extra glucose here in the liver, okay? So what's going to happen is when your body completely runs out of stores, okay, it's going to release that, okay? So what glucagon does, it tells the body to go do that, okay? So basically, if you're out, say, hey, go release that stuff. Go ahead and release that stuff. So that's what glucagon's going to do, okay? Now, is it a little more, for lack of a better word, more advanced than that? Yes. But for my new EMTs watching, and we can go into that in another video, I want it to be simple. So just think, the liver's going to hold some extra stores. I give glucagon, it puts them out. What if you don't have any stores left? It won't work. Okay? Fair? Okay. I want to keep it simple here because we got a mixed audience, all right? Now, next thing we're going to talk about here is going to be, so we have IV, is I want to go over some of these meds, okay? And I want you to notice something very interesting here with these meds, okay? So here are the medications with diabetes. So here's the list. Screenshot this right here. Look. Screenshot that. These are the meds. You should know these cold. If you're practicing in EMS and don't know these medications, you're going to get burned. 100%. I can guarantee it. You got to know your meds cold, guys. This is why I came out with the Paramedic Coach course. It goes over prescription medications. Because you want to look sharp. You want to look on the ball, right? You want to look good in front of your preceptor. You want to look sharp in front of your patients. And that is why I made the Paramedic Coach course. One of the big sections is prescription medications. It's one of the big sections. Because I found so many providers are so poor on med lists. So I can give you this section right here. It's a nice piece. Let's go over it. So let's talk about Humalog, okay? So notice here, Humalog, Novolog, Humulin, and then you have Novolin. See the Lin, no, they have the log, look, Nova, Huma, okay? Think about it like this, human, okay? Well, humans, if everything's going right, are going to produce insulin, right? So think about it. This is what it is, okay? Now, which ones do I see most in the field, okay? Now, I'll tell you what I see most in the field. You got to know this one for sure. You got to know them all, okay? Because I want you to predict the scenario here. This is so important to know these meds. Okay, this is why I created the course. You go to a patient, they're laying on the ground. Here's the med list. You look at the med list. You have no idea what the hell's on the med list. If you know what's on the med list, you have a better idea of what's going on with the patient, and you're going to look so sharp. But more importantly, they're going to help out this patient. And that's the responsibility that we have. So it's our job to learn as much as we can, go above and beyond, because the stakes are so high. And that's what it's like being an EMT and a paramedic, right? Right, exactly. So now here we have our meds. Now Levemir is very popular here as well, okay? This is why I put them together, okay? Now, what are some other golden meds? Metformin. This is, if you don't know metformin and you're practicing medicine, there's a huge problem. If no one ever taught you these medications, there's a huge problem. This is why I'm here, okay? So we have metformin. We have glipizide, glyburide. Then we have the newbies, the old TV commercial meds, okay? Farxiga, Jardiance, Invokana. And then we have this little group here. I call these the extras. These are the sly ones that people don't have very often, but they have. You got Januvia, Victoza, and good old lactose. Good old lactose. All right. So here's the way we break them up. Okay. These are all insulins. Now the golden rule. Okay. It's actually, I'm sorry. It's not a rule. It's if you were betting on it, if you were taking a bet, you'd probably be right. It's a good bet. It's a good bet that type 1 diabetics are on insulin. It's a good bet that type 2 diabetes patients are on pills and not insulin. It's a good bet. You know, it's a good bet that type 1 diabetes patients are on insulin. You know what else is a good bet? That type 2 diabetes patients are on pills. Okay, that's how you remember it, okay? Now, can type 2 be an insulin? Yes, yes. But again, I want to simplify. Just split them in your head, okay? Split them in your head, okay? It's easier that way to remember. Okay, they're taking pills, maybe they're type 2, okay. They're taking insulin, we got type 1 probably, okay. Or you have a really bad type 2, okay? Fair? Okay. Now, here's what happens. When somebody gets diagnosed later in life with type 2 diabetes, what happens is the doctor will give them a trial of medicine, like metformin, okay? And they'll say, here, go home with some metformin. And they'll come back every few months, and they're going to get checked up on something called an A1C level, okay? Whoa, what's an A1C? Whoa, we're getting a little crazy here. Guys, I want you to, I know some of these things can be a little advanced. I want you to have an understanding and an awareness, and then later on, as you keep watching the videos, you will then get it ingrained in your head like a hammer hitting into a nail, okay? So when I say A1C, this might be the first time that you heard A1C. But the thing is, if we keep hearing it, you're going to remember, A1C is a test they do for diabetes. They get that down to primary care, and then they put them on meds, or they do diet and exercise, and then they keep checking up on it. Oh, okay. So if someone says, yeah, my A1C is high, I'm taking metformin, type 2 diabetic. Yeah, I went to the doctor and I'm 60 years old and my A1C is high and I got type 2 diabetes. Boom, metformin. Okay? If you take nothing away from this talk, remember, if you take nothing away from this talk, metformin, diabetes. Huma, whatever, Nova, whatever, and Lantus, diabetic. If you take that away, then that was good, that was great. If you can go through these, screenshot them, quiz each other on them, you're going to be incredible, guys. You're going to be incredible. Guys, I don't know a lot of EMTs that know all these meds. And I mean, medics, EMTs, everybody. I don't know, okay? I don't know, okay? I know these cold. And can I tell you how this all started? Let me tell you stuff. So what I would do is I would quiz EMTs that I was working with and med students on the ambulance. So I was the paramedic partner, they'd be an EMT, they'd be experienced or new, or they'd be going to medic school. And I would, we'd quiz them back and forth on meds, on stuff like this. This is how all these training videos began. This is how the paramedic coach began, okay? This is exactly how it started, right? And I started getting this nickname from people, the paramedic coach, okay? So here's what happened, guys. I created a course, it's called Paramedic Coach, okay? I put over 100 videos inside a video vault, and I have a private Facebook group where you can ask me questions. It's called the Paramedic Coach course. Guys, it only sells for $49, and the link is up in the cover photo, so check it out. We're going to be putting even more outstanding, my best tips, my best videos in the course. So if you're someone that wants to, look sharp in front of your instructors, if you're somebody that wants to look really, really good in front of preceptors on ride time, if you're somebody that wants to, make medicine simple so you can better treat your patients. It's $49 one time. You have lifetime access with me. Guys, it's right in the cover photo, and I'll put a link here in the live too. But it's right in my cover photo, or click my profile photo. The link's right there. For right now, it sells for $49. We're putting more cool stuff in there, so get in now. Okay? So let's go back to diabetes. So the A1C level, okay, when they go to their primary care doctor, that's what they're going to be looking at. So can I give you an example? What will happen is someone will go to the doctor. Okay, they'll go to the doctor. They'll get their blood work done. They get their blood work. Whoa, your A1C is a little high. Okay, you know what? Let's do some diet, do some exercise changes, give it a run. They try it. They come back. If it works, great. No meds. If it doesn't work, they may try it one more time. If that doesn't work, they're probably going to put on meds. In my experience, talking to mid-level providers. Okay? So that's where we're at with this, guys. Now, the next thing I want to go over, I want you to remember something about diabetes. I'm going to erase all this. Now, it's not going anywhere, okay? But I'm just going to let you know. Screenshot it. You know, it's here, but just so you know, okay? Now, the big thing here with diabetes that nobody talks about. See, you might go to a class, and they might cover half of that. Maybe they cover, 25% of that in class. And the reason they don't get this in depth is they don't have time. They don't have time in class to go over all these things. This is why I do these, because they don't have time to go over all this in class. They're trying to get you ready for so many things, right? It's only so short time. So let's talk here about more about diabetics. Let's do more about diabetics, okay? Yes, there's more. All right. So we talk about diabetics. What did we learn earlier? Well, number one, they don't feel pain like everybody else. So they can be sneaky. Now, what else do you want to know about diabetes? Guys, this tip I'm going to give you could literally save your butt, but also literally save somebody's life. Now, I told you earlier, remember, if you walk away from this chat, walk away with metformin, walk away with Lantus, walk away with Humulin, Novolog, a Hume, a Nov, a Lin, a Log. Okay, remember those things? Metformin, glyburide, glipizide. Just keep naming them. Keep bringing them up. Januvia, Actos, Farxiga. Just keep naming them, right? That's what you want to get to. That point. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about diabetes is the number one thing that you need to know about diabetes. What's the number one thing? I'm going to erase this whole thing. It's so important. If you think you know what it is, comment down below right now. If you're watching me now and you go, I know the number one thing about diabetes, I got the answer, comment down below if you know it. Comment down below right now. Go, I know this, man. I know the number one thing about diabetes. You gotta tell me, man. I know it. Comment down below. I'm going to give you guys 2 seconds, okay? So comment down below, what do you think is the number one thing we have to know about diabetics? Comment down below. All right, here it is. Ready? Here we go. Diabetes is not only a risk factor, it's not just a risk factor, it's the number one risk factor for heart problems. If somebody gets in my ambulance and says to me, or by the bedside, or in public, wherever, okay? If somebody walks up to me and says, Evan, I'm a diabetic, and I'm short of breath, and I just don't feel right. Okay? Heart attack till proven otherwise. I'm a diabetic, and man, I just feel weak. I just can't get out of bed today. So that was part of the scenario, okay? And by the way, that scenario on my page, there was no right or wrong. When I post scenarios, they're going to be short for a reason. I want your brain to critically think. I don't want to give you the answer. So the scenario I played today was, there's an 83-year-old female, she just got out of bed and she's weak. What do you think about? There's so many things you can think about. There's no right or wrong, but I want you to critically think, because when you get called for a 911 call, you're going to be there alone. I'm not going to be there. You're going to be there. Okay? So this is our training ground to go out and do what we got to do. Okay? Fair? All right. So heart attack, right? This diabetes, this is not something to mess around with. Okay? What diabetes means is that you're going to have a problem with your heart. It's not a risk factor, it's you're going to have a problem with your heart at some point. It sucks. I know people that have it. It sucks. But it's true. Okay? So that is going to be the biggest risk factor with diabetes. Now I want to give you one more quick tip before I take off. Okay? Now, there's a medicine out there. If somebody gets this, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. But I would be like, I mean, you have to read my mind. Who's going to read my mind right now? I don't know. Someone. Okay? Is it the replay fam? Is it the live? I don't know. We're going to find out. If you're live right now, I want to know how many people are live. The computer's all the way over there. I can't see it. Give me a hashtag live. Okay? This is a pop-up live. I didn't really announce it today. I just popped up. I don't want to see who's here. So give me a hashtag live if you're live, or the replay, we're going to see how many people, okay? So, what is the name of a medicine that everyone thinks treats diabetes, but it doesn't? Anyone watching right now, if you get this, and I'll look in the comments later, okay? And I have it timestamped, don't cheat, okay? What's a medication that everyone thinks treats diabetes but doesn't? The only people that would know this, something sneaky, is somebody in my inner circle. You'd have to be in the Paramedic Coach course to know this. I'm giving a little secret intel here to you guys. Okay? The only way you know is the Paramedic Coach course. So if you're in the course, you might know it. Okay? Everyone messes this up. You ready for it? Here we go. Gabapentin. Gabapentin, everyone thinks, including myself, when I first started EMS, I thought gabapentin treated diabetes. Because diabetics, all of them mostly, not all of them, a lot of them, take this medication. It's for nerve pain. It's for nerve pain. Okay? It's for nerve pain. Nerve pain, guys. This does not treat diabetes, it's for nerve pain. Now, this is a quick tip I'm gonna give you, alright? How do you remember gabapentin and not get burned and think of diabetes medicine? Okay, GABA, if you went through any sort of A&P, any sort of neurology, you know there's GABA in the brain. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, good, you just got an awareness. There's GABA in the brain. Okay, cool, man. I'll remember that. Good. All right? So when you think GABA, you think something with the brain, okay? Good. So we're just going to put neuro. When I say GABA, the first thing, what's going on in the brain? Okay, cool. There's a P here. That has to do with pain. There you go. Neuro pain, nerve pain, gabapentin. Okay? That's how you don't forget it. Oh man, I mean, this literally was the #1 medicine that people would get wrong. The #1 when I would do my quizzes. What I used to do, guys, and that's how I started, I would take people that were prepping for paramedic school, and we'd go in the back of the ambulance and we'd do a lot of these things that we're going over today. So now I'm sharing this stuff with you. So guys, what I leave you with is this. I'm trying to do something pretty cool. So my YouTube channel, right now I think we're at 2,945 subs. Okay? I'm going to be holding a Littman giveaway, Littman Cardiology 4. Okay? I have it, it is coming, it's getting shipped. Okay, it's being shipped. Lemon Cardiology 4, okay, it's like a $200 scope. And this scope I'm giving away to one lucky subscriber. So, but I promised my audience I would do it when we hit 3,000. Now, on my page right now on Facebook, I got about 1,000 friends. This should be a home run. This should be a home run. This should be a home run. And we usually get a few hundred views in these lives. This should be a home run, guys. So, who's going to be the rock star to get the Paramedic Coach Army to 3,000 subs so I can give this away to somebody on Facebook or YouTube? Guys, all I'm asking for in this live, I'm going to drop a link right here to my YouTube. Go to my YouTube. If you're not subscribed, guys, be subscribed. I don't just drop these videos on YouTube. I have all kinds of videos. I just did a cardiology video where I went through all the EKGs in one video. It's on YouTube. So there's a ton of content there. Check that out. And if you really want to be a rock star in your practice, go up to my profile photo, my face, click it on my cover photo. Check out the Paramedic Coach course and community. It's our private, secret wine vault. You can go in there and check out my best videos, even crazier than these. I'll see you next time, guys. See you tomorrow.